Aloha guys. All right, we're back. Now I'm gonna teach you how to recognize succulents when they are thirsty and when you need to water a succulent. So here I have my Echeveria Topsy Turvy. It is one of my favorite plants because how cute it looks. So watering succulents, one of the most important things when you have succulents is to have extremely well draining soil. So this is my mix. I think this one is like 50-50, so it's about 50% organic soil and 50% gritty mix. So that's a mix of it could be anything from pumice, perlite, lava rocks, akadama, decomposed granite, whatever you can think of. Usually you can just mix it up to 50% depending on your type of environment and the amount of sunlight. So I would never suggest following a rule of, oh, you water it every 2 weeks or you water it every 3 weeks, because for me, I water every week. It's like some of them, even in the hot summer days, it could even be every 5 days just because of how hot it is. So instead of following a schedule, because you shouldn't follow schedule, succulents during dormancy or active growth, they have different watering needs, and if you follow a schedule, you will easily rot your plants. So here we have the Topsy Turvy. So how do you know when to water your succulents? How you can tell, so each succulent is different, but the ones with the leaves, you can tell just by squeezing. So over here you can tell it's already squished in. If they are well watered and they aren't thirsty, they'll be hard. It'll be hard to pinch. They won't have any give. So here's a sample. It's moving, it's indenting in. And over here you can see that it is a little thirsty, but these are well known to absorb their bottom leaves, so I'm not really worried. Bottom leaves always go, and then they have new leaves at the top. So you usually tell by your middle leaf. Do not look at the succulent by their bottom leaf, because their bottom leaf might be being absorbed by the plant, so it's not a good factor in telling whether or not it's thirsty or not, because once it's getting absorbed, it's not going to pump up even if you water. So if you always tell by your bottom leaf, you could be over watering it. If you're looking at your middle leaf, that's a good point. And you can always try the top leaf. See over here, it's still moving, so it's doing that. One thing to note, if you do use your fingers to touch your leaf, you are going to rub off the farnia, which is the protective coat for your succulents. They protect it from sunburn, but I'm not too worried about that. They won't grow back, but every new leaf, you know, it'll just keep moving down, and you know, it is what it is on the bottom. So that's how you water, or how you tell when you need to water it. So how I like to water is bottom watering, because I know it is well draining. I am not worried. That's my dog. I'm not worried about it staying too wet. It's going to dry in a couple days, so I'm gonna put it in water. This is about halfway, and I'm just gonna leave it for 10 minutes. When you stop is when you can put your finger into the soil and you feel that the soil is wet, like the first 1 inch in, and if the soil is wet, you can stop, or you can just let it thoroughly soak in for a while. I've left my succulent soaking for hours before, so not too worried.